I'm Catherine Smith, formerly Catherine Messer, and I have grown up in this church. I started attending this church when I was 3 years old, and I don't really remember much of that, but I do remember going to the preschool here and being involved in the children's ministry here with Jane Baker, and of course attending youth when Mike Blackburn was the youth director. When I went to college at Appalachian, I attended Boone United Methodist Church, which was pretty cool because I found a church that was really closely connected with First Methodist, even though I was far away. And when I graduated, I came home and decided to be an intern, and during that process, I really was able to see exactly how the church works, and more importantly, see how the church staff and the congregation work together to just do really good things. We immediately started getting ready for Bible times and pig picking, and there's so much planning that goes into events like that. I remember calling families with Sadie McClure, trying to get volunteers and trying to get children signed up for Bible times. And I just remember having this moment where I sat back and thought, wow, this is like pretty amazing that this congregation is having like all of these people who are volunteering, and all of these children who are coming from the community aren't necessarily members of our church, but they are coming to this event and leaving being the hands and feet of God. I think that it was one Christmas program that the choir was singing at, maybe like the Cookies and Carols or something like that. I was sitting in the chancel wearing a Christmas sweater, and I look out into the congregation, and most of the people there are older, and I see this student from Hazelwood, and as soon as she saw me, she just like lit up, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's my friend from 3rd grade. And I got up and walked down and gave her a hug, and it's cool because being a public educator, I of course have to show my faith through my actions and my heart. And I just like, when I see kids here at church, it just makes me feel really good. Recently, in the last couple of years, started volunteering and helping at Music Makers, and that has really been, that's another thing that our church does that gives back to the community, gives back to the children in the community, that they can take into their school and take into their home. All of those things that we do don't just happen because people are there. I mean, they do, but there has to have some type of financial backbone and financial support. And because I've seen firsthand someone like that student sitting in Cookies and Carols out in the congregation being impacted by a service like that, she's going to go into the community and maybe shine God's light onto somebody else because of that service or because of attending Music Makers. These programs that are amazing and that we all love can't happen if we don't all play our part.